Hello, and welcome again to the episode 6 of FlytLaunch. Today is a very special day. One, for the obvious reason, the product that we're about to unveil, and also because it's FlytLaunch's first anniversary. Sorry for the bloopers already. So yay, it's our first year celebration. So for all those in the audience who are unfamiliar with FlytLaunch, the show began exactly one Earth revolution ago to showcase brand new products that aid users in the journey toward drone autonomy. In fact, as you could see from the video, Idiployer MP 2.1, Peter's first brainchild, was first introduced to the world year and 3 days ago on the 21st of May 2021. A year later, we are still going strong and we are grateful for your continued support for the show. I'm Bishali, your regular show host, and I'd like to start with a couple of housekeeping rules while you grab your cuppa. Feel free to ask questions anytime during the presentation by just simply typing them in the stage Q&A section. FlytLaunch has been recorded and we will publish it online soon, just in case your friends and colleagues were unable to attend it today. The adoption of autonomous drone solutions has seen a phenomenal growth in the last year, and it is gradually becoming the talk of the town. A simple Google search like the one I did would confirm that more and more industries are beginning to deploy drone docking stations for a wide range of applications. And believe me when I say wide. Aside from the standard applications such as security patrols, work progress monitoring of construction and mining sites, we have had one of our partners from the GCC region deploy docking stations to assist client environmental crew in monitoring plastic bottles washed up on the shore. The possibilities are truly limitless. And this has been only possible because of the drone solution providers, or ground warriors as we would like to call them, with the privilege of working for over the years. DSPs are not only among the first to accept and experiment with new technologies, but they are also constantly contributing to the advancement of the tech by performing frequent demonstrations, deploying them in real-world scenarios, and working on user feedback to make the solution better and more robust each day until it becomes mainstream. As a matter of fact, since we are discussing DSPs, our guest speakers today was a drone solution provider who began working as a remote pilot around 5 years ago, quickly building a large client portfolio performing aerial surveys and inspections across the construction and telecoms industry before embarking on his journey of building a drone docking station. So without further ado, I would like to introduce Peter Campbell. Hello, can you hear me?
Hello, Vishali. Sorry, I thought you were playing the video.
Yes.
Yeah, welcome everybody, and thank you for joining the event. It's great to have so many people join us. Really exciting for us. It's been a whirlwind of 12 months from the initial docking station that you've all seen at the beginning of the intro to where we are today. It's been a fantastic journey, and we truly believe we've got a great product, really affordable, and we're really excited to announce some of the new features of the docking station and talk you through some of the enhancements we've made and to bring you some great offers towards the end of the show today.
Thanks again, Peter. But again, before we move on to the demonstration of the product, we'll play a quick video for everyone to just have a quick glimpse at the journey that you've taken.
So iDrone Images design, build and manufacture docking stations for drone service providers around the world. Our docking stations offer a fully autonomous solution from mission planning to the charging of the UAV, and this can all be controlled via a simple user interface. We have clients that use the systems and the docking stations for progress reporting of a construction site, perimeter security of a prison, for example, and also for inspections of solar farms in remote locations. We've been working with the CEA and Catapult for the last 6 months. Body of evidence that enables automation for the future, and a part of this trial is to gather that significant body of evidence that the CAA need, that the automation that we provide from our docking stations is safe in the UK airspace. Automation is at very early stages. So our system is designed to be proving the use case. So our focus from the beginning of our design process and our research process was to understand what would be useful to the end user. Clear that the off-the-shelf drones were of choice. So we as a docking station provider can provide the automation system, software and hardware, and they can integrate their own drones into that system. We've kept it very compact through our precision landing technology that we have with our flight-based partners. So the docking stations are nice and compact and can be moved from location to location very simply. Where we see the future of these docking stations is they will be used as a service. So people may be able to request a mission from a docking station. It goes and performs that mission, provides the data and returns back to its docking station.
That's a wonderful video, Peter. Before we discuss again the product, starting as a solution provider and then working with a variety of others over the past year, you have first-hand knowledge of the challenges that drone operators face on a daily basis. Do you want to share some of your experience?
Sure, absolutely. So going back 5 years ago, we were the drone service provider. So we had a team of remote pilots going around the UK doing surveys, inspections of construction sites, progress reporting, 3D modelling, infrastructure for the telecoms industry, and then the various sort of other inspections that come along with the drone service providing opportunities. And it came loud and clear that in the future, automation was going to be there, and we want to be part of that journey. And it wasn't until that lockdown period, what we all experienced, where as drone service providers, we found ourselves unable to go out there and do the normal day-to-day tasks that we performed as remote pilots. And we had some really big clients and really big contracts with clients, and they said to us, how can we still have your service but without the remote pilots? Is it possible to have this automated? We had various sort of levels of skill within our team, from robotics to engineers, and lots of people around business. So we pulled that team together and said, right, what can we do as drone service providers to build a docking station, an automated system that is affordable and is scalable? So they were two really clear sort of messages that came from our clients. And to be honest, there was lots of other complexities around cost for our clients. So traveling to the locations for remote pilots, the safety of remote pilots on different sort of construction sites and different locations. And it's sort of been available round the clock because we had a vast amount of contracts. It was spreading the resource thinly. And then we had the challenges of the training of new operators, training new security personnel, and then optimizing all of that became very challenging, as many drone service providers are experiencing now more than ever. So that really got us to a stage where we decided to look at what was already available on the market. So is there a docking station with software that is affordable and that is scalable? And we couldn't tick all them boxes to buy a third-party product. So we went about building our own system, prototyping, and then selling our docking stations worldwide. And this has brought us to the journey today, where we've now fine-tuned from all the feedback we received from our clients and launching the new Idiployer Nexus.
All right. And definitely, as you said, Peter, as we scale operations, drone docking stations will undoubtedly make our drone solution providers' lives easier. Peter, I believe when we first released the Idiployer MP 2.1, back the memory lane, the phrase "less is more" stuck a chord with everyone. The product's simple design, with few moving parts and complexities, had undoubtedly contributed to the overall system reliability and, of course, the affordability. And a year later, that's still at the heart of the new product. Peter and his team have worked tirelessly to deliver a more simplified design so that drone solution providers do not have to go through the nightmare of fixing and replacing components if at all there is a need for it. So, with a count of like 3, 2, 1, let's watch a very quick tease of the new and all advanced Idiployer. Well, there it is. Congratulations, Peter. The product seems to have gone through a lot of iterations since its first release. And it is definitely a product that is built by a DSP for the DSPs. So let's quickly jump into the features and understanding a bit more in detail about the product. Could you walk through the basic must-have features that it brings along?
Sure. So going back to what I said earlier on, is that we were drone service providers and we knew we wanted something really compact. So we've kept that theme. So all of our clients, and the feedback that we got was they loved the size, really compact, movable, so very lightweight. And we wanted to continue that theme, but add some of them additional features which really stood out for clients that made their operations a lot simpler. So the docking station is still constructed in a very similar way. So it uses, so we use an aluminium composite for the side panels. So very lightweight, insulated and fire rated and fire retardant. It's IP55 weatherproofed and also CE approved. And we've kept the weight completely down. So we've gone from 35 to 40 kilograms because we've added the addition of some heating and cooling elements. We've added a little bit of weight. There's still very much a mobile unit. And we've continued to use the in-drone charging process because many of our clients liked that simple approach rather than robotics because there wasn't necessarily a need for some of our clients' use cases. So we've still got a really good charge time of about 45 minutes from 20% to 85%, and then all the way up to 90%, it's about 80 minutes.
That's great. So let's go ahead and understand what has improved since the predecessor. So first up, let's talk about the charging system. You appear to have redone the entire system from what previously contact charging on with metal plates on the landing pad. Could you please elaborate on this?
Sure. So when we launched the first Idiployer, we were very much focused on contact plates on the platform. So the drone would land on the platform, the contacts on the drone and the contacts on the plate would meet, and then we would send the charge command directly to the battery through them contacts. So we face a lot of challenges with that, and a lot of our clients face challenges around weatherproofing it, maintaining the draw because there's electronics on the platform, and the complexity of having to install all these little attachments to the bottom of the drone, and it became a little bit complex for our clients. So we've listened to that feedback and we've now completely changed it. So you'll see from this image here, we have a very small attachment to the rear of the drone, and it's now 2 contacts, and the meeting point has moved from being on the draw to inside the dock, and that's been enabled because we can now precision land really accurately thanks to Flightbase's precision landing technology, and we can also position the drone as the draw closes completely centrally, so we get a really good meeting connection when the draw closes. So we've enabled us to completely simplify that process and remove the complexity for clients out in the field.
That is wonderful to hear, Peter. Now let's move on to the landing mechanism. What has changed with regards to the landing pad?
Yeah, so the the landing pad is now improved significantly in terms of we've removed that complexity of the charge plates. So removing them charge plates then allowed us to have a larger landing tag, which then can be picked up at 10 meters rather than 5. And it's a much better precise landing onto the dock. In terms of positioning, we've changed from roller bars on the side, which were too complex and often could break quite easily. And we've changed to a small panel, as you see here at the back of the drawer. So as the drawer closes, it's positioned within that shape of the prop guards. So we always get a very central landing position. What these also do is perform a really important part for takeoff. Because as many of you know, because you're drone service providers and many of you have flown DJI and Mavics in the past, when you take off, they must be able to take off in a straight line. If there's any added modifications or adjustments to the feet, that changes the angle of the takeoff. So sometimes it can go backwards or forwards, depending on where that weight's been added to your drone. Because it doesn't actually recognize it until you get to about 1.2 meters, and then it recognizes something's attached. So although it's very lightweight, we've added some little sliders on the bottom feet of the drone to enable positioning when the drawer closes. So instead of the rubbers gripping, they slide. And it's that sliding mechanism which causes the drone sometimes to take off and go slightly backwards. To prevent that from happening, this positioning bar also stops it from moving backwards at takeoff. So there's no risk of it striking the docking station, and we can maintain that really compact design of the dock.
Well, that definitely makes the system very reliable, Peter. So the third item that's on the list and that has definitely seen a lot of upgrades is the system's security. What sparked this? Did like a lot of customers who've used this solution experience security issues?
Yeah, so we have a lot of clients that use the docking station on construction sites, for example. And inherently, construction sites have a lot of high-value equipment. So they have high-value machinery and resources for their build. So when installing these on the construction sites, they're not only using them for progress reporting, they're using them to secure the premises. But likewise, they need to make sure that the docking station is secure, because that's a really expensive asset to have on a construction site. So we listened to that feedback, and we've used quite a simple alarm system. So installed into the docking station is an alarm system that triggers if it's knocked or when it's armed. So I can demonstrate that now. You'll hear the audio. So that's the system armed, and a simple tamper of the docking station. So if someone tries to fiddle with the lock, you will hear audio alarm, and that will automatically ping you a text message to tell you that somebody's tampered with the docking station. If someone tampers with it again within 30 seconds, you'll get a louder alarm. So all of this is audible at the location of the dock, and you'll get sent a text message to say somebody's tampering with your docking station. Now, worst case scenario, if somebody takes the docking station, the same system has a geofence GPS tracker. So if the docking station is removed within 50 meters of its set location, the GPS tracker will ping you a message to say the docking station is moved, and you can track its whereabouts.
All right. And Peter, would you also want to talk about the automatic fire system?
Sure. Yeah. So along with the sort of audio and along with the alarm, and the security, we have this automatic fire system. So this is installed into the docking station. It's placed close to the electronics and, importantly, close to the drone. So what this chemical does, this gas does, is it, as you've seen on the video there, if it senses 68 degrees Celsius, which is a really high temperature and indicates a fire, if you play it again, Basali, in case anyone missed it,
Yes,
it will automatically trigger. So the flame, whether it's flame or high temperature, the bulb inside the trigger will activate. That fires a pin into the fire extinguisher, filling the docking station with this gas, removing the oxygen and removing the fire. One of the important things about this fire extinguisher, it does not damage your electronics. So once the gas is filled the docking station and it's dispersed, there's no damage to electronics. So we can repair or fix anything that's been damaged by the initial fire, but nothing else gets damaged by the fire extinguisher.
Thanks, Peter, for the detailed explanation. That definitely sounds interesting, and a lot of drone solution providers or enterprises would like to go ahead and get that add-on. But hold on, there's a lot more. Aside from those amazing features that Peter had in store, the overall system has received a significant upgrade with features such as compact weather reporting. So, Peter, would you want to talk about the weather reporting feature as well?
Yeah, so as you see on the image here, so we initially started with a pole on the side of the docking station, which you saw earlier, which was quite difficult for clients once they received their dock to install all of these different components. So we've again gone back and reviewed that, simplified it. You've got a wind sensor on the docking station. So what's really important, and this is what we do differently from some of our other competitors, is that we focus on the wind speed at the height of the landing, because that's where it is most significant and most important. So most of the time you can get a lot of wind data from online, and you know the wind speed if you need to not perform mission. But what's important is we tell you the wind speed at the docking station, and importantly when it's landing and taking off. So that's automatically fed that data to your dashboard. Same with the temperature, it's on the side of the docking station, and all of that data is fed to your dashboard. So you know the temperature and you know if it's raining, because we have a small sensor on the back of the docking station. If it senses any rain, it will alert to say that it's raining and not to perform the mission. And it's a very simple device that clears the rainwater from the sensor by heating it up, so it won't continually show it's raining if it's just a drizzle. So it's a really good, accurate, at location weather system.
All right. And I definitely think the list could go on, but then there's also other features like the improved docking station compartment, the improved audio visuals. So Peter, would you please turn on the camera, or Rob, could you please turn on your camera and take the audience on a tour of the docking station?
On, if you want to share that.
Yes, so what I'll do is I'll stop sharing. Everybody in the audience, can you please, if you could please pin Robert Campbell's screen to show a more detailed view of the docking station. Yes.
Yeah, so can you see that screen, Charlie? Okay?
Yes, we can all see this.
So yeah, this is the inside of the docking station. So we've deconstructed it. So this one's a current system that we're building for one of the systems we're building for clients in the US. So this docking station has got the new features of switch on and off inside the drone, which again enabled us to completely reduce the size of that drone modification. And Rob's just going to show you when the drawer goes in how we switch that drone on and off, and how we trigger the charge. So we're not going to do it through the drawer through electronics, because it will make a lot of noise, and we've got it deconstructed so we can show you inside. But this is effectively how the drawer closes, and once it's in its closed position, it accurately positions from the side panels you see on the left and right. It makes its connection onto the charge mechanism, and we can then either send a command to switch the drone on and off, or we can send a command to start the charge. So if you see in there, we sent a really simple command for the drone to turn off, and it was really fast and effective. And then we can send the charge, which then triggers the drone to turn power on and start its charge sequence. So a much simpler and much more functional system that we have on this new docking station. So if we show you further back on the docking station, let me just check with Robert. If we can just show the new panel, Rob. Yeah. Electronics panel. So Rob's just going to move his laptop. Sorry, it's a bit challenging to show live stream with a with a laptop webcam, so just a bit of moving about. So we now have this new access panel, just up slightly, Rob. Perfect. So we have this new access panel. So this goes, slides in underneath the drawer. And the reason we've made this change is because we can completely isolate it from the drone's landing platform, and please completely isolate it from any weather or any water that can ingress. Completely simplified, easy to maintain. So this is hinged and connected to the base of the docking station. So you lift the docking station up, slide the platform, and you have access to all of the electronics for easy maintenance or swap out of any parts in the future. A much better advancement on our previous system, where it was all accessed from the panel, became very congested and very difficult to manage. So again, listen to our customers and completely simplified that access panel. Back to you, Pasali.
All right, that was a wonderful tour, Peter. Thank you for showing through the product and the improvements that you've brought to the new product. So everyone, you would just think that this is the end of it, but then Peter has more in store. Just give me a minute to share the screen back. Yes, so Peter has a set of enterprise add-ons that he'd also like to share with you. Over to you, Peter.
Sure. So we partnered with a company in the UK called Drone Defence. Firstly, so Drone Defence has some really excellent technology around detecting the void and air incursion mitigations. So we're currently trialing and testing a small device that sits on the drone, which can receive and send signal to manned aircraft, which enables us to then in the future to be able to tell the drone what to do if there's an aircraft incursion, further increasing the safety. So this is an enterprise add-on that we're trialing. It's almost ready to go to market. As soon as that's available, we'll let everybody know, because I know it's a very important feature for air safety from civil aviation's point of view. And secondly, there's particularly in the UK and Europe, there's a real desire to have a data roaming SIM within the docking station, because some clients have found it really complex to find the right SIM card if they need to use a SIM for data for the system and for connectivity. So we've partnered with a company in the UK called Wireless Logic, and they have available a router, which is the same router we already use, but it comes pre-configured and pre-installed with a data roaming SIM. So what's important about that is you can place the docking station from location to location. It will just pick up the best signal, no matter what network it is. So it will switch the network seamlessly, and you have that confidence that your docking station has always got connectivity. So once again, it's an enterprise add-on. We're trialing that system at the moment, which has been really successful so far. And you know, with in terms of data, we'll manage that with you. So we have a pool of data of say 10 terabytes, and that's shared upon docking station users. And then we just build clients based on the data usage that they have. So in terms of you know, further on down the line, we're then looking at 5G routers and how we integrate the 5G network into the docking stations. But apart from hardware enterprise options, we then have sort of specific client custom branding. So we can do the docking station any color, any branding that suits you. We can just discuss that once you've placed your order for your docking station. We then go through that commercial process of how we customize it and how you would like your docking station to be colored. So yeah, they're the four sort of key sort of enterprise options that we have.
That's great to hear, Peter. So thank you again for the complete walkthrough, as well as giving in detailed descriptions of what new features or what improvements that have been added to the Idiployer Nexus. And thank you for showing the product the light of the day. So and bringing it to everyone. I'd now like to invite Achal and for talking about the software side of things. So Achal is my colleague and FlightBase's Director of Business Development. He needs no introduction. Most of you probably met him in one or the other episodes of the multitudinous FlightBase webinar series. Achal today would like to talk about the FlightNow software that comes pre-integrated with the Nexus and share the journey map of DSP and the many FlightNow partner benefits that we have to offer. So over to you, Achal.
Great. Thanks, Pashali. Hi, everybody. Thanks for joining us today. My name is Achal. I'm the Director of Business Development at FlightBase. So let's talk more about the software. So FlightNow Auto has become one of the go-to command centers for autonomous drone operations. It has been designed keeping simplicity in mind, but has the most advanced features to enable remote drone operations. So it lets you set up a command center, maybe just a laptop or a multi-screen PC, or sharing video feed on a mobile device. On the other hand, it provides the entire platform to enable the entire ecosystem. So on the next slide, we'll see how FlightNow enables a drone, a docking station to have the vision-based precision landing, the remote control, as well as the entire autonomous operations, which could be done at the edge. It also enables the docking station to be connected to the cloud, where the cloud enables the remote control, the telemetry, the video streaming at ultra-low latency over a application. In the next slide, we are extending now FlightNow to the entire DIAB application world, where FlightNow not only is your operation center, it also allows you to build apps with the docking station. So it provides you the entire open drone in the box platform, where you can bring the right hardware, the right components, as well as integrate it with third-party applications. So possibly integrating with CCTVs, alarms, AI engines, and different kind of other applications depending upon your use case. This allows providers to integrate their existing applications that they have been actually using for analytics or inspection or managing their data, or it could be the existing applications where they manage their operations, like a video management system, where they're looking at the live video streaming from different cameras or sensors, etc. So be it security, public safety, oil and gas, aerial survey, or any application that you're looking at, now you can actually build apps along with the FlightNow and have your own custom workflows. So all those questions that typically come in where I want to deploy and integrate with alarm sensor, and when the alarm goes off, I should be able to send the drone to that location, do AI detection, do some reporting. All of that is now possible building your own apps as well as the integrations. And we would be also integrating apps in terms of the UTMs and other service providers, which can benefit you doing the autonomous drone operations. So let's move to the next slide, where I dive into the C4 system. So we have been using the system, the command and control systems, but since things are building going much forward, people are moving to the entire C4 system, where you can not only just do command and control, you can actually communicate live with your team, as well as a fleet of drones, as well as compute the data. So FlightNow allows you to set up the entire C4 system, where you can manage your entire fleet of drones using a single system. In the next slide, let me deep dive at what kind of features do we provide in each category. So when it comes to command, FlightNow provides features where you can manage your drone and docking station fleet remotely. So this can be done in a distributed or a single way, where you could have multiple people operating multiple docking stations, or a person who could manage the entire fleet. You can plan waypoint grid missions, corridor missions, depending upon whether you are doing a security around a campus or a pipeline, a railway line, a solar farm, etc. So all the waypoint planning features are included in FlightNow. You can now schedule missions on calendar for autonomous operations. So mission scheduler has been one of the popular features where people can schedule things on the calendar, and FlightNow would take care of that autonomously, where at the correct time that you have set, the drone would take off and do the missions and save the data for you in your private cloud. Let's move to the control piece of it. So FlytNow, of course, have been designed in a way which provides you the ultra low latency. So it's one of the very few softwares around the world which can help you control the drones remotely sitting anywhere in the world. So we have designed the system ground up where you can manage the drones, control the drones, either through your on-screen buttons or a keyboard or a joystick, where you can control the drone live from here. So suppose you notice something and you're inspecting something on a particular site, you can immediately take a remote control and fly the drone around. And when the job is done, you can just set it on a resume mode and will keep doing the mission it was doing. Another popular feature which is required in the control is a go-to location. So you can send the drone to a specific location on demand. Now, this trigger could either be a manual, which you can do through the dashboard, or you can do it through the external triggers. It could be an alarm monitor, a CCTV, a VMS sensors, or a perimeter sensors, where you can, whenever it goes off, you can send that data and the drone would automatically get launched from the docking station and get to that location and perform an action. You can, of course, control the entire drone payload or setting in automated mode where it can give you a 360 view moving around, as well as it can also control the gimbal and the camera from the remote location. If you're using something like a Mavic to Enterprise Advanced and you have additional payloads like loudspeaker, spotlight, or beacon, you can actually control it from remote. For example, if you want to play a sound, you can actually record it through your laptop and it would play at the same time on the drone where you can broadcast of an emergency or a security operation, or play an alarm sound or a siren sound to actually activate that area and let everybody know that there is some misconduct happening in that particular region. Let's go to the next slide. So we looked at the command and control, which you can do remotely. What about the communication? So FlytNow lets you manage the entire team as well as stream the ultra low latency at the live at HD multicam video feed. So you can actually look at each and every drone, the video feed that are coming. Not only drone, you can also look at live video feed from the docking station, as well as you would be able to soon integrate third-party cameras with it. You can also annotate things on the map where anybody who is using that particular drone docking station would get a notification in the logs where you can see what has been noticed by somebody at that particular area. You can also share live video feed with the guest users or your team, where hitting the share button, you can actually select the drone, the map view, the video that you want to share, and they would get a simple link with a secure password where it on a laptop or a mobile phone and see the live action on the move and respond to that as per the requirement. And after the commute, let's go to the compute one. So you can not only now do precision landing, but now you can do the third-party integration to do detection of multiple objects. So as you're doing the automated data collection, now you can start doing the computation as well. So FlytNow provides you multiple features where you're not only able to automate the drone using the vision-based precision landing, the automation of the docking station, as well as live video on the cloud, you can also actually detect a lot of things using a third-party tool. So any kind of computation that you're doing, either for vehicle detection or people detection, or you have your own modules that can be integrated. So that way you can do the compute module. And that's how the FlytNow provides you the entire C4 system. So here's a quick demo video where we will quickly walk you through how you can use FlytNow with a docking station. So what we're doing here is we're just doing a basic mission planning around a construction site. So you have your mission plan where you can plan the grid the way you want it. And there are multiple ways you can put it in a name. And you can set all the actions that are required for that particular mission. Once the mission is set, you can go to mission scheduler to schedule it. Select the right dock station, the right drone, and have just set it on a daily mode where it could actually fly every time at that particular time. And you can set repeated missions. Once you have set the mission at particular time, the box would open automatically and launch that drone, and you can see all the live action on your dashboard. So you can see the live location of the drone on the map. You can see the live video feed. You can full screen the video feed, and now the survey of the. So the drone is following the path. The video resolution is currently set to 720p, and you're getting approximately 30 frames per second. It may not look at the live stream as we're sharing the screen, but you get the ultra low latency live video feed at 30 FPS, and depending upon the drone camera, you can get 720p or a 1080p. There are also various video optimization modes where you can set it to high detail if you're looking to read a license plate, or if you're looking to see a particular data, you can get it to high detail mode and it will show you that particular detail as well. So the drone would complete the mission, and once the mission is done, it will just trigger the pre-land routine where it would come back to the docking station and start looking at the docking station, the marker on the docking station, where it will trigger the precision landing, and it would come precisely and land inside the docking station to charge for the next mission. So you can see the Idiployer Nexus there, and the drone is aligning with the docking station and will precisely land inside the docking station. So it corrects the yaw and look the bigger tag, and then aligns with the smallest tag to precisely land on the tray. Great. So that was the demo video of FlytLaunch. Now let me do a quick walkthrough of how drone solution providers around the globe are adopting drone dogs, and what is a typical journey that you can take. So let's start with that. So typically, a drone solution provider identifies the use case. So they could be working on solar farms, they could be working on security use cases, providing public safety, or enterprises for the security around their campuses. Or they could be doing a pipeline monitoring or a railway line monitoring. So once your use case is identified, you can select the right drone, whether something like a DJI Mavic 2 Pro or DJI Mavic 2 Advanced fits your need, and you can purchase a demo dock, which will be offered by Idiployer. Once you purchase a demo dock, you can use it for conducting your demos for your end clients, where sign up for the Idiployer plus FlytLaunch partner program, and you can get all that benefits of the pricing, as well as we help you with your go-to-market together. As you get started with this and get access to the Idiployer, in the next slide, we'll see how you can actually conduct flight demos. So you can assist clients with the drone dog adoption, where you can start conducting these kind of demos, start educating them about this kind of technology. We can help you build the safety cases as well as viewless waivers or the SORA frameworks, and build case studies to optimize network and approach new lead. So as you show it to more and more clients who are expecting this kind of technology, they come back and place an order for few more stations. So once you start working with them, you can actually have deployment of the 1 to 4 stations, and as those become successful, they would like to deploy it on other sites. So we have been working closely with drone solution providers who started with 1 or 2 docking stations and now ranging to a multiple docking stations as they are deploying it across the pipeline, across the railway line, solar farms, etc. So we'll be dropping our ebook soon, where you'll be able to learn about the case studies of how other drone service providers are able to deploy these stations across multiple sites. So Flight Now Partner Program allows you to get the benefits that are mentioned above, as well as different things where we can give you special discounts on the pricing, on the subscription. We can give the entire remote training, so you can start training your users on the software and start deploying docking stations for them. You get priority support and documentation from us, be it for proposals, for deployment, or scaling those operations. We do a lot of joint go-to-market activities where we are able to do webinars, do press releases, promotion in that particular area, where we can attract the end customers to you, and you can take benefit of all of that through our marketing channels. And of course, sales and marketing kit, where you are able to create your own proposals, presentations, videos, etc. So people can come to you for purchasing this technology, and you can go and deploy it for them. Yeah, let's go to the next slide, and I would pass it on to Vaishali.
Thank you again, Achal, for walking us through the complete Flight Now story and the features, and definitely the highlight was the comic. So thank you again for sharing the journey which drone solution providers can take for in case they want to adopt docking stations for their clients' sites. Moving on, it's the time for the most awaited time, which is to disclose the pricing of the Idiployer Nexus. And go on to do that. But first, let's have a quick drum roll, everyone. Oh, wait. Yes. So the product is there. So now you can order your Idiployer Nexus, which comes along with the Nexus docking station, 1 year of Flight Now Auto subscription, 3 months of IDI and Flight Now remote support, and a new Mavic 2 Pro series charging system. I for one have promised in almost all social media platforms that a special pricing would be available for all registrations. So here it is. Over to you, Peter.
Yes, thank you, Vaishali, and thank you for the presentation so far. It's been really, really good. We've always been very focused on keeping our systems as cost effective as possible, because we being drone service providers in the past ourselves, we know that this kind of the cost and technology needs to be scalable. So we've kept the Nexus as low as we possibly can. And let me just talk about first why we chose Nexus. Nexus means connecting things together. So connecting the drone to the docking station, but more importantly, connecting it to the software and connecting it to drone service providers at an affordable cost. So that the word Nexus has lots of connotations, lots of meaning. And we really are focusing on keeping this cost as low as possible. So we're pricing the docking station at $11,199. That's the retail cost for the docking station, which is the most competitive on the market at the moment.
All right. And however, Peter, this price sounds wonderful. This is quite valuable, and you've done this again. It's a fantastic deal. But then when we speak to DSPs and drone solution providers, they usually purchase the initial unit to use it for customer demos rather than real world deployments. The first unit does not really help them to generate a lot of revenue. So do you have any special price in mind for them?
Yeah, so we're going back to it again. We've been there, and we know that when you want to buy a new system and test it and understand it and demonstrate it to clients and potential customers for yourselves, you need to make it as affordable as possible, because there's not a huge amount of return on investment until you've done them demonstrations. So, we are taking this as low as we possibly can to enable you to do that. Because it's important for us that you can achieve that them demonstrations and get the best out of the product. So, it's really exciting for us actually, because when we first launched 12 months ago, we launched a very low cost, but we weren't clear enough that it's not about the quality of the products. You're getting a high quality Idiployer Nexus system that we would send a retail customer. This is about keeping it as low as we can for you to go and do them demonstrations and partner with us to grow your automation business. So for 10 units only over the next 48 hours, we can take it down to 5,999. Just for them DSPs who want to become partners and demonstrate this product to grow their business. So it's a huge discount, and we're really looking forward to receiving them orders to generate that business for you.
Thank you so much, Peter. Couldn't get any better. You've almost given a 50% discount on the docking stations only for drone solution providers, and that is a great offer. We understand that in order to form partnerships, both parties must contribute, and I think Peter has made a good enough contribution to assist DSPs and a network of DSPs with deeply discounted units for them to conduct demonstrations. So how can people go ahead and start ordering or placing orders for the system?
Yes, so if you scan the QR code, and I'll if you click on the link, I'll walk you through the shop page.
Yes, I'll just do that.
What we're doing at the moment is it's going to accept a deposit for your system. So on the page, you'll be able to click on the relevant deposit based on the features and the add-ons that you require to start with. So you can either select the standard docking station, which comes as standard with the features we've spoken about, which is a £999 deposit. If you pay that deposit over the next 48 hours, that secures your docking station for £5,999. And once we've then contacted you, we've got all the details about your use case, exactly what features you need. We'll then talk about the commercial side of it and what additional add-ons you need. If you know what you need, if you know you need to demonstrate cooling, you need to demonstrate the security systems, or you need to add any of the other features, you can just select above. You just scroll up, Bashali. Yeah, up slightly, sorry. Other way. Yeah, if you select add features on this link, yeah, if you select on here, you can then select the different type of deposit you want based on the if it's cooling system, it shows you the deposit for that item, and so on and so forth. It's quite self-explanatory. So yes, it's available now to order. There's only 10 units on the system, so once they're gone, they're gone.
Yes, click on the buy it now button right away. You would not want to miss this offer. Peter has made a lot of adjustments to get this special price for you. So hurry up and go and book your docking station today. I'll just go back to the presentation. Thank you once again, Peter, for this wonderful presentation and for giving this wonderful pricing. I'll just, would you like to, talk about when they can get the orders?
Sure. So we're going to, as soon as we receive the orders, and we're expecting lots, so we're ready. So we've already started preparing components and preparing parts, so make the process as slick as possible. We'll start shipping the first units from July, so first come, first serve basis. So the first person to order will receive their docking station first. It's only fair we do it that way. So we'll start to build them straight away, because they are all built to order to keep things simple, and they'll start to ship from July onwards. you should be able to deploy your systems by early August.
All right. And okay, so with this, we would now like to open the house for a Q&A. We are really short of time. We have just 2 minutes left, but we take on a few questions for you, Peter. One question that we have, what is the Mavic 2's flight time with the added weight of the landing gear?
So the added weight now is less than 20 grams. It's very, very lightweight. So we've removed all of the electronics that's required on the modification now. So it's a small plastic bracket that goes around the battery, and that's it. So very lightweight, doesn't affect the flight time in any significant manner at all.
Okay. And how to guarantee platform updates when they keep appearing? I think this is more for a question for Achal to talk about the over-the-air updates. Yeah.
Right, Prashali. So this is somewhere where design the protocol where every station is enabled with the over-the-air updates, where you can get as soon as the updates are released, they can be installed on the docking station. Plus, your application that you're using, Flight now, since it's cloud-based, it can be quickly updated as you get that notification. So the entire system is cloud-based, and sending those updates in terms of the software is really easy.
Thanks, Achal. Peter, I think there are a few questions around the drone. So why have you used a Mavic 2 instead of a Mavic 3? And with Mavic 2 going out of or going end of life soon, will you support other drone models?
Sure. So yeah, it's a question that comes up quite often when we speak to clients about the future drones. I mean, the Mavic 3 is very similar. We don't think it's quite at the standard yet from DJI to integrate just yet. The Mavic 2 is still got a long life, and it's still a very, very popular drone. But we are working on various different types of drone integrations, from DJI products to non-DJI products. But what's really important for us is that we continue to grow this product and continue to promote this product with the Mavic 2 series, because that's what our clients are asking for. But absolutely, we are focusing on different types of drones for the future.
Thank you, Peter. I think we have a few other questions. Please drop us an email or reach out to Peter, and he'll be happy to help you with all the queries that you have regarding the product. Peter, would you like to share some closing thoughts before we end the presentation?
Yeah, thank you very much, Prashali. I mean, it's been a fantastic event. I think what's most important for us is that we talk about simplicity of our product and how we continue to simplify automation and keep it as cost effective for drone solution providers across the globe. That's our key message. Keep it simple and keep it affordable, and that's what we'll continue to do with new development of docking stations. And your journey with us as a partnership doesn't just end with the transaction. It's a continued partnership into the future. So thank you everyone for joining. Looking forward to receiving your orders and working with you going forward.
Yes, thank you again, Peter, for those last words. And yes, hope to see more orders coming soon. So thank you again, everybody, for joining in. We'll see you again on a next flight launch. Thanks again.